MACD, is one of the most famous technical indicators and is widely used among beginners. But if I told you that there is a new version of MACD and it's more profitable than the older version? In today's video, I'm going to show you what is it and how to use it to maximize your profit. Before we start, be sure to subscribe to our channel and turn on the notifications bell so that you don't miss on any of our new videos. Let's get into today's video. I believe everyone knows how to use classic MACD strategy. It helps us identify potential trends by displaying crossovers between two lines. If blue line crosses above the orange line, it shows us that the market is potentially uptrend, and that would be a good buying opportunity. If the blue line crosses below the orange line, it shows that the market is potentially downtrend, and that would be a good selling opportunity. It looks a good and simple strategy. However, there is a common problem, is that it only works on trend markets. As we all know, markets don't always go a simple trend. It can move sideways like this. In this situation, MACD strategy works terribly. MACD lines cross frequently and it shows too many false trade signals. So here is my new version of MACD strategy. This MACD strategy not only could identify trends, but also eliminate false signals when the market is on a range, which is called Impulse MACD indicator. It's similar to the old MACD. The Impulse MACD is also a momentum indicator that could detect trends. However, it has its own unique feature. The difference is that, unlike the normal MACD, which shows many false signals when the market goes range, the Impulse MACD filters out these false signals and goes completely flat, as you can see here. And now I'm going to show you how exactly use this indicator onto your chart and how it works. First, open your trading view. Click Indicator section and type into Impulse MACD and choose this one. Next, you can change its color to make it looks more easier. Now let's take a look at each part of this indicator. Similar to the normal MACD, this indicator also has 4 components. First, this blue line called the Impulse MACD line. Next, there is the orange line called the signal line. Third, we have the histogram. Finally, we have the middle line. Then, how do we use this indicator? Similar to the normal MACD, identify trends by looking at the crossover between the Impulse MACD line and the signal line. If Impulse MACD line crosses above the signal line, it indicates that the momentum is going upwards. And if Impulse MACD line crosses below the signal line, it indicates that the momentum is going downwards. However, if the two lines go flat like this, it means the market goes range or moves sideways. And you should do nothing. Now, let's look at an advanced strategy with this indicator, which will higher your win rate, called Impulse MACD extension. You need to take action, as I said next. Step 1, add overbought and oversold levels. What you do is you drag your mouse above the middle line of the indicator and press Alt-H. Or you can just add the lines manually like this. This will be your overbought line. For you oversold line, you do the exact same thing, but in the opposite value. Now you have oversold line. The reason you apply overbought and oversold lines to the indicator is, we want to make sure that we only take position when crossovers happen outside of these overbought or oversold levels. Because this means that the price is overextended. When the price are overextended, we'll have a higher opportunity of making significant moves. Now you may wonder, how did I determine the exact levels? First, let's start with identifying the placement of the overbought line. You can zoom out first. Now we can see that these are two types of crossovers that's happening. First are crossovers that happen further from the middle line, which are called the major crossovers. Next, we also have the smaller crossovers happening closer to the middle line, which are called the minor crossovers. What you want to do is to separate the major crossovers from the minor ones by drawing a horizontal line. So the minor crossovers should be contained below the line, and the major crossovers should be contained above the line. The reason is to ignore the minor crossovers. So this will be your overbought line. And for oversold line, you are gonna to place it at the negative value of the overbought line. These will be your overbought and oversold lines. What you should remind is these value are not fixed. You can always adjust these lines depending on the crossover placements and different market conditions. Now your indicator is ready. Here is how you treat the strategy. First is for your buy signal. You want to take position if the impulse MACD crosses over upwards. But the crossover needs to happen below the oversold line. Similarly for your sell signal, you only need to sell when the impulse MACD crosses over downwards. But the crossover needs to happen above the overbought line. When crossovers happen between the lines like this, we will ignore it. This is because we want to make sure that we only take positions if the price is overextended. Now let's look an example. In this chart, we find a crossover upwards on the MACD, while the crossover is happening below the oversold line, indicating that the price is on an upwards momentum. So this will be a valid buy position. And as you can see, this trade ended up being profitable. So this is the strategies about how to use impulse MACD indicator. But there is a more advanced strategy to make impulse MACD indicator get a high win rate. In next video, I will tell you what strategy it is. Be sure to subscribe my channel and don't miss it.